right, so we are taking two. What's up, goddesses? All right, so luckily I have two phones, so I got the two phones going now instead of my laptop. Welcome to this video. Let's begin again. I'm Abiola, and this is Goddess Temple Sunday, your 20-minute blast of inspiration, motivation, and transformation to set your week off right. I'm a little heated behind this whole Facebook mishap right this minute because I got on my cute little last dress of the summer. Last summer dress moment. And you are missing it. Thank you for the hearts, goddesses. Welcome. If you're on Instagram, the audio is not going to be the best for you today because you're on a phone that's on top of a computer that's on top of a situation. So if you're on Instagram and you can come over to Facebook, come to Facebook because the audio is not going to be better. Hello, Goddess Afua. I miss you. Hello, my beauty. Hello, Love Spirit Universal. Hello, Goddess Damali. Hello, Goddess Norma. Hello, Goddess Nate. Hello, Goddess Shanita. Hello, Goddess Elisa. Okay, so here's the deal. If you're joining for the first time, like I said, we are live weekly, Sundays, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time right now, wherever you are watching me. So I'm so glad that you're here. Today, we are going to be talking about feeling invisible. Feeling invisible in your life. Hello, Goddess Melissa. Yay, Goddess Janice is in the house. And Goddess Kim Renee, thank you. Goddess Shanita says, good morning, goddesses. Somebody pass out the tea. Pass out some tea and some, what are we going to have today? Not some bagels. Maybe some, not some bagels, not some crumpets, not some donuts. What are we going to have? Blueberries. Let's have some tea and blueberries. Somebody pass it out. All right. Yes. Somebody typed in, what is this? If you are just joining me for the first time, you don't know who I am or what this is. I'm Abiola Abrams, and I'm the founder of the upcoming Visibility Breakthrough Workshop, which is a free webinar that is starting this week. Free webinar this week about helping you to be more visible. And it's the kickoff for my exciting new course called the Visibility Mindset and Marketing Lab. It's a spiritpreneur course, okay? So that's who I be. That is who I be, and I'm so glad that you guys are here. Hello, Goddess Sandra. I miss you, beauty. Yay, I miss all of my spiritpreneur goddesses, but the great thing is that we are starting again with all of our magic, mojo, and the things that we have to bring into the world. So let's get into this conversation. Yesterday, I sent you all an email. Everybody who's on my insider list, you got an email yesterday where I asked, do you feel invisible? Do you feel invisible in the world? Thank you, Goddess Sandra. She says this is a beautiful painting in the background. There's a story about this painting. If you remind me later in the video, I will share with you that story, but I just want to jump in right now. So I sent out this email about, are you feeling invisible? And I was talking about, writing my last book and things like that. Thank you for the hearts. Because I had a sale this weekend on the Author in a Box kit, right? And you can find that at Book Body Spirit, but that's not what this video is about, bookbodyspirit.com. So I sent out this video, and my loves, I was so moved by your responses of the ways that you're feeling invisible in your life, in your business, in your relationships, in your bedroom, in the dating world, etc. So we want to get into that. We want to unpack that because you matter. Your voice matters. Your face matters. Your energy matters. And as one woman said, she was talking about feeling invisible in a corporate environment. And she said, no one will pay attention to me. I feel like I'm in a boardroom and I'm right there. I'm sitting, she said, and this is what she wrote in her email. She said, I'm sitting there visible as can be with my black self, and I'm right there, and yet I am invisible because no one will pay attention to me. So if we think about those words, paying attention, attention is energy, and that's a currency, and that's what we are wanting other people to give us. All right, but let's talk about like how acceptable you are to yourself first, and how you're showing up in the world, and what your voice is. and how you're being true to yourself, all right? But before we get into all of that, I'm all thrown off and come flummoxed because of our mix-up. Yes, goddess. Somebody said, I don't know if you know, but there's a loud noise. Yes, on Instagram, there will be a loud noise. If you're on Instagram and there's a loud noise, come over to Facebook. All right? So let's just begin with some gratitude. Let's just reset. Just take a deep breath. Let it out with sound. Yes. Ooh. Nice, deep, full, fat belly breath. And let it out. Take the hand of the sister to the left of you. Yes. Ooh, I got your hand, sister. You are not invisible. You are not alone. I got you, and we are in this together. Take the hand of the sister to the right of you. Ooh, I got your hand, my sister. We are here together. It's all right if you see that I've got on deodorant. People wear deodorant in life. And that is what it is. Take a deep breath and connect to the largest source of energy. You want people to pay you attention? You want people to pay you energy? You thinking that you are invisible? No, my love. Tune into the divine, to the highest energy, the highest source of all that is in this beautiful, incredible universe, where you are plugged in and planted to bloom and flourish. And we begin with Mother, Father, God. Yes. Thank you so very, very much for blessing us with this amazing sisterhood. Thank you so very, very much for bringing us together on this glorious and beautiful Sunday morning. Thank you for reminding us that we are not alone and we could never, ever be alone. Thank you so much for this gift of another day, and the fact that we woke up today, the fact that you gave us life today, that you gave us the ability to open our eyes and have another moment here with you. Thank you for this grace. Thank you for this grace and this gift, and for reminding us that if we woke up today, that means that our mission is not complete. That means that you see us, you hear us, you feel us, and that we exist, and that we matter. Help us to remember in our every single interaction that it is impossible for us to be invisible, that it is impossible for us to be unheard, because you see us, you feel us, and if you be for us, then who dare to be against us? Thank you so much for this sacred sisterhood. Continue to guide my words, my thoughts, and my actions. And as always, I ask you to continue to guide and keep us as a circle and as a sisterhood. And I ask, where would you have me go? What would you have me do? What would you have me say, and to whom? In your name. And for this, we are so very grateful. Amen. Ashe. And so it is. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, good, 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 good. We are reset. We are plugged in. And no Facebook or Instagram set against us shall prosper. All right? Yes. Okay, so let's talk about feeling invisible and in the world. Goddess Melissa says we all have light. Hit the share button. Put some positivity on your timeline. Someone needs to see this. She says, what is your light? Goddess Shanita says, I feel like a Marvel mutant, hiding or dimming my super power, or like Superman, my true identity, acting like Clark Kent in disguise all the time. That is exactly what it is. Who feels like Goddess Shanita, like a Marvel mutant, hiding or dimming your superpower, playing small, shrinking, hiding, right? Like you have something to say. Yes, people are giving Goddess Shanita hearts, right? Or she says like Superman, her true identity, acting like Clark Kent in disguise all the time. And that's exactly what it is. Thank you, my sister, for that powerful, powerful metaphor. That's exactly what it is. That you are Superman. We are Superwoman. You are this incredible, powerful being, this grand, high, exalted, mystic ruler with your things that you came to share and your message that you came to share and the ways that you want to put yourself into the world. And one of the emails that I kept getting yesterday is that people said, I feel like I'm spitting into the wind. One woman said, apologies for the ugly graphic. But she said, I feel like I'm spitting into the wind. She said, I feel like I'm going out and I am, putting my voice out there and I'm saying, here's what I have to say. She said, when I get myself up the courage to say anything, and she was talking about posting about her business online. And she said, I feel like nobody is responding to me. I don't know what to do. She said, I feel like I'm screaming in the darkness. Goddess Ashante says she's feeling it too. Goddess Janice says she's feeling it too. Yes. Thank you for not leaving your sisters out there by themselves. We are all in this together. One woman said that she felt invisible in her relationship. And I have felt that, and that is the worst feeling. She said that she felt like she was right there in her relationship every day with this person, and yet she was invisible. And so people are feeling invisible in their jobs. They're feeling invisible in their businesses. People are feeling invisible. One person said that she felt like that she had turned, I think she said she was over 60. She was an older woman and she felt like she suddenly became invisible. Another woman, this is interesting. She said that I heard from Black women and Asian men, because we've got inspired men who are also on our inner circle. She said that she felt invisible dating. She felt like as a Black woman, she said, as a dark-skinned Black woman showing up, dating on dating, apps, and, she's swiping. She said she felt invisible all the time. Invisible, feeling invisible all the time. Yes, Goddess Andrea said she feels the same way. Yep, Goddess Kim Renee said, yep, that part. Absolutely. Absolutely. So if we're feeling invisible, with wanting to put a voice in the world and wanting to launch our businesses, and we're not feeling seen and heard that way, if we're feeling invisible in the corporate environment, or wherever it is that you are showing up every day, if we're feeling invisible, in your relationships or in trying to have a relationship, then what's really happening? If you're not being or feeling seen or feeling heard, which is a basic human need, a basic human desire, every day that we show up and we're not feeling visible, this is not a small thing, that we are dying a small death. You're dying a small death every single day, every single moment that you feel like you have to shrink. And it happens in very, very tiny, insidious ways. Here's a scenario. So if you are wanting to put your voice in the world, that's one way, right? But it could even be in your friend groups, where if you've outgrown your group of friends and you have thoughts that are different than the rest of your friends, or, maybe you are wanting to launch a business, which is weird and strange in your friend group, get those benefits, girl. You got that good job. Why would you want to do something like that, right? Or you are now, tuning in and tapping in and awakening to your spirituality, which is causing you to think some different things and want to say some different things and want to feel some different things. In that moment where you are wanting to say something and you say, let me not say that. Let me hold back on that. That's going to be weird. Or you're wanting to post something online and just share your voice and you say, oh, let me not say that. That's going to be weird. Every time that you shrink a little bit, just that moment, every time that, someone says to you, hey, what's wrong? And you say nothing. And it's something, you're dying a tiny death. And those days, those moments add up. That is your very life. That is your absolute very life. And I remember the first time, like one of the first times where I felt very invisible was in, I think it was like 8th grade, where I felt like just like, Like, oh my goodness, like I am not being seen. I'm not being heard. What I have to say doesn't matter. I am invisible. I am invisible. And I heard this really, really powerful commencement speech from Jim Carrey. And I want to share with you something that he said in that commencement speech. We're getting inspiration comes from all circles and all places. And he said, your need for acceptance will keep you invisible. Type that into the comments. My need for acceptance will keep me invisible. My need for acceptance will keep me invisible. Yes, Goddess Afua, she's talking about how Black women are only wanted for sex, objectification, or someone else's pleasure. Yes, Goddess Allison says, I do feel invisible in the dating world, and it doesn't help that Black women are constantly told that no one wants us. Yes. Yes, Goddess Shanita says Jim Carrey has been on it lately. Yes, type that into the comments. My need for acceptance. My need for acceptance will keep me invisible. My need for acceptance will keep me invisible because obviously we see each other. I see Goddess Danica. I see Goddess Shanita. I see Goddess Ashante. I see Goddess Zandria. I see Goddess Janice. I see all of us. Right? But it doesn't help when you're trying to launch a business, which is literally you putting your voice out there, you being seen, being heard. The way I end videos, I say, be seen, be heard, be a movement. But that cannot happen if you are invisible, if you feel like you are not being seen, if you feel like you don't matter, if you feel like, that your voice doesn't matter. And for many of us, it started, not when we felt invisible necessarily even in the classroom or feel invisible in the boardroom or feel invisible, God forbid, in, your relationship or whatever. For most of us, it began with a primal rejection where there was a parent that was, the well-meaning people who raised us, like I say all the time, one of the well-meaning people who raised us, there was an abandonment or a rejection, which is sometimes on purpose and sometimes not on purpose. And so if you were feeling invisible in your house or your family, or you felt like you needed to perform who you were, if your life is a performance where you're not able to be you and be unapologetically who you are, then that is going to keep you feeling invisible. That is going to keep you shrinking and feeling small, which is the complete opposite of what we are needing in the world. Let's type into the comments, my voice matters, okay? My voice matters and my voice is necessary. My voice matters and my voice is necessary. Now, there are certain things where, obviously, like in my upcoming program in the Visibility Mindset and Marketing Lab in your business, where we're going to talk about like how to show up, and get press, get media, be visible, all of those things. But none of that matters if you are not seeing yourself, if you don't see yourself. For me, one of the times where I felt the most invisible professionally, where I was the most visible and on the biggest stage, when I moved out of branding having no brand or thinking I had no brand. We all have a brand, whether you think you do or not. And I was branding myself as a love, sex, and relationship expert, love, sex, dating, and relationship coach, where that was not my heart and my soul and what I was being called to do. Where I was trying to avoid conversations like this, which is what my calling is, but made me uncomfortable because it was picking up on raising, all of my stuff. Right? And it would be like, oh my gosh, like if I said that, like who would listen? Who would want to listen to me? And it was an uncomfortable thing where love, sex, dating, relationships, that was a safe conversation to have. Anytime that we're trying to be safe, you are making yourself small. Anytime that, I'm going to say it again, anytime that you are trying to make yourself safe, you are trying to make yourself small. You are shrinking. You are hiding. And so as a love, sex, dating, and relationship expert, I was doing a lot of TV. I was being interviewed a lot. I was talking a lot. I was doing a lot of speeches. I was flying around the country. And yet I felt completely invisible because my voice, my true voice, my authentic self, I was not showing up as me. I was not showing up as myself. And so, if you are told, yes, Goddess Elisa said that she was told that children should be seen and not heard. A lot of us, whether you heard those words or not, your parents may not have said that, but may have treated you in a way where your voice was not necessary. Then, of course, we're going to show up in the world and feel that. Goddess Afua said, my father just messaged me and said that I should settle down to one town, get married, and have kids. I'm 39 years old and I have no interest in any of that. And I feel invisible, that he just does not know or understand me. However, I no longer need his acceptance to thrive. Yes, let's just send Goddess Afua love. Yes, you no longer, let's just affirm that. Type that into the comments. The him may be somebody different for you. I no longer need their acceptance to thrive. Type that into the comments. Even if you're watching this on replay, this is not a spectator sport. This is your life. I no longer need their acceptance to thrive. I no longer need their acceptance to thrive. Yes, Goddess Shanita. She says, my head is going to explode now with the revelation, because that is what is happening. Yes, Coach Roz just put it the perfect way. Coach Roz, by the way, is a Reiki healer. If you need Reiki, find her, Allison K. Rozelle. She says, your comfort zone is the danger zone. Type that into the comments. Oh, my comfort zone is the danger zone. Ooh, I feel that pinging through the goddess universe. Yes, your comfort zone is the danger zone. Yes, I am. Oh my gosh, I feel that. Yes, your comfort zone is the danger zone. And Goddess Afua, yes, that is exactly it. You can love somebody. You can love your parents. You can love your partner. You can love, somebody and care about them deeply. But needing their acceptance in order to thrive, they are no longer nursing us. They're no longer nursing you. We're not attached to, the booby or the wallet or whatever it is. So you don't, and if you are, disconnect yourself right now. You no longer need their acceptance to thrive. The reason why we are still acting like we're connected to them and needing their acceptance, a lot of us are still asking for acceptance from parents who may no longer be on the planet, for loved ones who may no longer even be in your life. And yet your whole life is a love letter of begging for acceptance and needs from this person. It could be from a partner. Let me just share this with you in full transparency. For a long time, after many moons ago, when I was married and I got divorced, for a long time, I felt like every single way that I was showing up in the world was still to get love and acceptance from my ex-husband, who I had said, okay, I don't want to be married to you because you're a liar and a cheater and I reject you. I'm not down with that. But still, every single thing that I was doing, in the choices that I was making, in the ways that I was showing up, I was feeling like, okay, I am still wanting and needing for that person to give me a thumbs up, because I'm still wanting and needing for that parent to give me a thumbs up and say, okay, you are valuable, you matter, you're acceptable. Type that into the comments. I am valuable, I matter, I'm acceptable. I am valuable, I matter, I am acceptable. I am valuable, I matter, I'm acceptable. Yes, I'm valuable, I matter, I'm acceptable. And so I was no longer in a relationship with this person, and yet my whole being, every single thing that I was doing, every single choice that I was making was unconsciously a way to say, okay, look at me, It's that comment, that's why I'm not a fan of, that quote, prove them wrong, which is supposed to be, an inspirational, motivational, quote, prove them wrong. My love, you have nothing to prove to nobody. You have not one thing to prove to anyone Hello, Purposely Full. Not one thing to prove to anyone but yourself. Not one thing to prove to anybody except you. Except you. Goddess Takesha says, greetings all. I no longer need anyone's acceptance to thrive, for I am amazing just the way I am. My voice is heard and my energy flows at the highest vibration. I am valuable. I matter and I am acceptable. Yes, Goddess Keisha said, I have nothing to prove to nobody. Yes, Goddess Ashante says, I am valuable, I matter, I am acceptable, I am valuable, I matter, I am acceptable. And it starts with, facing, okay, what is the performance that I feel the need to give? What's the performance that I'm giving in order to be acceptable? What is the mask that I'm wearing? Because maybe people are seeing your mask and you're feeling invisible because they're looking at and they're engaging with the mask. And I'm so glad that this is going to be a longer conversation that we're going to be having over the next year, because my retreat, you can't buy tickets for it now, but a year from now, my 2020 retreat is the Goddess Unmasked retreat. Unmasked retreat about removing the masks that we wear to show up in life. Goddess Keisha knows that that's something that we started working on at the Goddess of Paris retreat. That is where we transform the energy of things that are very real concerns. First of all, because there are certain spiritual conversations that people will have where they tell you that things are in your head. It is not in your head. You are not imagining it. You're not making it up if you're showing up in a boardroom and you're feeling invisible. You are not making it up that you are swiping on, a dating site or whatever, and you've been told that you got to be twice as good, twice as smart, twice as beautiful, twice as educated, twice as well-spoken, twice as everything, and you feel like nothing is coming back to you. You're not imagining that. You're not making that up, but you deserve to thrive. And so what do we do? What do we do? So if it's something like, a dating site, then it's opening up your options. It's opening up your options and your possibilities and not boxing yourself in, and it is then still coming back to self-acceptance and self-love and knowing that, okay, I am worthy and deserving of all good things. Type that into the comments. I'm worthy and deserving of all good things. If there's a they that is rejecting you, they are mistaken. They are confusing. You are not broken. You are not junk. Your creator doesn't make junk. There is nothing wrong with you. And so there's nothing that you can fix here. There's nothing that you can fix here to shine, to make them, whoever the them is for you, see you. It starts inside with the way that you are seeing yourself, because you are gorgeous, you're beautiful, you're brilliant, you're incredible. When you look at a field of flowers, you are looking into a mirror. Just like your creator said, oh my goodness, this is what I need. I need this beautiful field of flowers. I need this incredible mountain. I need this amazing ocean. Oh yes, and I need a goddess Janice. And I need a goddess Elisa. And I need a goddess Linda. And I need a goddess Sandra. Yes, right? So it's not about anything physical that you can do. And so one of the things that I had to do was realize, okay, well, what are the masks that you wear, right? So I, like a lot of us, I love hair and makeup, and dressing up. It for me is fun. It's for me a way of play. But when I needed to work on self-acceptance, I needed to strip all of that away to be able to come back to it in a healthy way, to say, okay, what are the masks that I am wearing? What are the masks that I'm wearing? So 3 questions I want you to ask yourself, okay? Number 1, what parts of my true self am I hiding? What are the parts of the true you that you're hiding? If you are feeling hidden, it's because you are hiding. I'm going to say that again. If you are feeling like your true self is hidden, It is because you are hiding. And so this is why, for all of you who have, a program to launch or a book to write or a speech to make or ways that we are needing your voice in the world, that's hiding. That is shrinking. And so, no, we can't see you. No, we can't see you because you are hiding. You're hiding yourself. You're hiding your magic. You're hiding your mojo because you think that it's not good enough. But yes, it is good enough. You are good enough right this minute. Not with one more certification. Not with one more thumbs up. Not with one more person telling you that you're beautiful. Like when people say, well, I see on a lot of reviews for when you're shopping, right? There are a lot of reviews and people will type in, I got a lot of compliments. That's great, but that is not a review. That's not what you think. If I get a lot of compliments on this dress, that's not what I think of this dress. That's not what you think of what it is. If you are dependent, if your lifeblood is attached to compliments, to what other people think of you, if you're going to accept when people say, and we all like compliments, right? We all like acceptance. We all like a thumbs up, but if you are going to attach yourself to people saying to you, you are amazing, you're perfect, you're beautiful, or I love your dress, or I love your whatever it is, and that's where your attachment is, then in a moment when they take that away, when they're not saying that, or they don't like your dress, or they don't like your program, your product, your service, your voice, your opinion, your thoughts, your book, your way of showing up, your choices in life, you have made that significant. You've made their choices greater than yourself. So yes, thank you, Goddess of Fool, for typing it into the comments. What part of my true self am I hiding? Where are you hiding your voice? Where are you hiding your voice? I remember it wasn't until 2016. How long has this clown been in office? It wasn't until whenever the last election was, that I felt comfortable to put my political opinions out there, because I felt like, okay, well, that's going to turn some people off, right? Like, oh my God, that's going to turn some folks off if I'm saying, here's what I think. But yes, it will turn some people off, and I'm glad. Good. If you are down with what is happening right now in the White House, be turned off, turn away, shut it down. Deuces. This is not the video or conversation for you. I am not the sister for you to be having this conversation. Because I am not for everybody, and neither are you. Type that in the comments. I am not for everybody. I am not for everybody. And that is okay. That is all right. It is great to be not for everyone. I am not for everyone. Say that. Breathe that. Feel that. Live that. Live that. And sorry, Instagram, that you're getting my chin down here. I am not for everyone. Yes, Goddess Kim Renee. Goddess Shanita says, I'm hiding the part of me that has a different belief or view of the world. Yes, compared to those around me. I'm a woman, tall, yes, and creative with marvelous melanin. So I see the world differently. Absolutely. And will some people disagree? Yes. Will some people say that's BS? Yes. Good. Those are not your people. Now they're free to go find their people, and you have more room for the people who are wanting and needing to talk to you, to be in circle with you, to be in conversation with you. Goddess Elisa says, dimming my light to keep certain types of people away from me also keeps everyone away. Yes. Oh my goodness. I'm going to read that again because you have just said a word there. She says, dimming my light to keep certain kinds of people away from me also keeps everyone away. And we learned that. Hit the share button because somebody needs to hear this. We learned that, or gives a thumbs up, a like, or whatever will keep them showing you these conversations, right? Dimming our light to keep certain types of people away from us. We learn that very early. I remember maybe being 11 or 12 or whatever age it is when your body starts changing as a little girl and men start reacting to you in a way that feels uncomfortable, starting to slump so that, they wouldn't see my boobies, right? Or figuring out a way to walk. We know how to walk and put on a mask to keep people away. There are all kinds of ways that on a daily basis for our very survival that we have learned how to perform ourselves. So again, you are not making it up. You're not making up. It's not in your head. It's not in your mind. It's not just, oh, well, for all the people who are like, just give no F's and that's fine. Well, that doesn't work for empathic givers like you, for, ministers of magic and mojo like you, like light bringers and change makers and spiritpreneurs like you. It doesn't work because we do care and we care deeply. We give all the F's, right? But that is not healthy for you. It's not healthy for us to be so fully invested in everyone's thoughts, opinions, feelings, all of that. Okay? You are not for everyone. And that is okay. So question 1 was, what parts of myself am I hiding? It's okay. We don't have to fit everything in here because you're going to come to the Visibility Breakthrough Workshop, free workshop launching this week. Go to richgoddess.club and you can register there. New workshop, richgoddess.club. Old link, new workshop, richgoddess.club, new workshop launching this week. Visibility Breakthrough. Number 1, what parts of my true self am I hiding? Number 2, what parts of my message am I not saying? What parts of my message am I not saying? What parts of my message am I not saying? And you've got to say it in your way. It may not be that you have a big mouth like me, a big mouth New Yorker girl, but there are ways for you to say what you have to say, and it begins with you just being able to say it. What parts of my message am I not saying? This could be at work too, where you're stifling yourself and you're shutting yourself down because the culture at your job does not allow for the fullest expression of you. And so you cannot be dead to yourself and performing for 40 plus hours a week and then think that you can be real to yourself the rest of the time. It cannot work that way. If you're in a toxic work environment or a situation, you got to get out of there because this is your life. This is your life. Okay, so number 3 is, what are the masks I use to hide? What are the masks? Is it your beauty? Is it that you are acceptable? Is it that you are safe? Is it that you are fun, your sense of humor? Is it that, some people ask me, well, why did you stop drinking? Were you an alcoholic? Is that why you stopped drinking? And all of my love to all of my, sisters who are dealing with alcoholism or drug abuse, or, we all have, everybody's got addictions and ways of hiding. For me, that was not my self-sabotage. It was not, well, I'm going to correct it. It was not my drug of choice in terms of being, an addict, but it was a self-sabotage of choice because it was a way that I felt like, okay, I could be myself when I'm drunk. It was a way that I felt like, okay, well, now I can unleash my personality when I'm drunk. And it was a way of hiding because if the only way that I could socialize with my friends is, being drunk, or the only way that I could have conversations or feel like I'm having fun or having a good time is being drunk, then I'm not allowing myself to be me. Then I don't know how to be me. I don't know how to own my voice and own who I am. And so that was not healthy for me. And so it was just like, no, I want to learn how to, shy, introverted, INFJ, me, all of that. I want to learn how to show up and be me without needing a crutch or an additional mask or an additional way to hide. Yes, Goddess Elisa says, thank you for your courage in sharing that. Body, fat, and intelligence. Yes, that is a whole unit. Like you've heard me say all the times that body fat is clutter. Clutter is a way that we hide, right? That is a whole unit that we are going to be covering in the visibility mindset and marketing lab. Yes, thank you for sharing that. Thank you so much, sis. Yes. Goddess Shanita says, ooh, what parts of my message am I not saying? Yes, I like that. Writing in my notebook. Okay, so your 3 questions. 1, what parts of my true self am I hiding? 2, what parts of my message am I not saying? And 3, what are the masks that I use to hide? All right, this conversation is just beginning. What I want you to do as you move through your week is just start to notice ways where you're performing or you're pulling back or you're needing an acceptance from someone. It could be a person who's in front of you. It could be an acceptance that you're seeking from somebody that's not even in the room. You could be seeking acceptance from a parent that you've never even met. Goddess Shanita says, you know what? This question just made me realize something. I don't wear bling, no sparkly stuff in an effort, not to appear rich. OMG, I just realized that. Yes. Oh my goodness. For a long, long time, I absolutely, and please, I'm a West Indian New Yorker. I feel comfortable looking like a Christmas tree on a daily basis. More is more. I'm not a minimalist. I'm a maximalist. Bring it on. However, with certain things, Goddess Shanita, thank you for sharing that. With certain things, for example, I like designer items, which designer items also can be a way to mask, a way to hide. But I enjoy designer items. And for a long time, I didn't post them on my Instagram and I still hold back and don't post everything on my Instagram or on my whatever, or because, and I'm getting a little ding here too, as a spiritual, teacher or coach or mentor or whatever, I feel like there must be a little part of me that still feels like, okay, well, don't show this. Don't show that. People see that, then there's a judgment. Thank you for that. Absolutely. Goddess Ashante says, yes. Yes, body fat and drinking. Absolutely. Yes, thank you for sharing that. Thank you so much. Yes, we are each other's keeper. We're in this together. And that's why this conversation is important, because otherwise we think that it's just us. And we are not. See that we are all experiencing this together. And Goddess Shanita says that I ain't even rich. I'm not poor either. But I better not have more than anyone else. Yes. Okay, thank you. So Goddess Sandra says, remind us about the painting. So this painting in my very first apartment, which was in East Harlem in New York, on 111th Street, between 3rd and Lex, was in the, when I went into the apartment, it was in the basement of the apartment. And I had walked in, and it's very interesting because I've shared with you in a place where I've been manifesting art recently. I walked into the apartment and I couldn't afford to buy art, and there was Kmart at the time on Astor Place, and I went to Kmart and they didn't have furniture. I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I got a bunch of pillows. I put pillows around. I was like, good, we're gonna sit on pillows. If you don't feel comfortable sitting on pillows, my house is not the house to visit. But I had this painting because it was there for me, free in my basement, and I took it, and my super gave it to me. His name was Kevin, and he hung it on the wall for me, and I always bring it with me, and it makes me feel, when I have it and I see it, like, yes, look, the universe can gift us when we think that we have nothing, when we think that, all right, well, I'm just going to sit on some pillows, your creator will say, no, here is some artwork. Here is some magic. Here's some beauty. Here's some reflection of the fact that pleasure and sweetness and joy in the world is what you deserve. Here is some reminder that there is no true scarcity. Scarcity is a lie and a myth, and you are worthy and deserving of all great things. Woo! Do you receive that today? Yes. Woo! We're going to continue this conversation. Thank you, goddesses, for being loving and transparent and sharing, that see how many of us have the connection of, using drinking as a way to hide, using body fat, right, as a way to hide, as an excuse to hide. Let's continue this beautiful conversation. Yes, Goddess Sandra said, thank you, Kevin. Yes, thank you, Kevin. And thank you to you for showing up today. This is your time. This is the place. You are the woman. And I hope to see you this week at my free masterclass. Register now, richgoddess.club. Go there, richgoddess.club. Let me take a moment. richgoddess.club. richgoddess.club. Which is the free first step in my visibility, marketing, and mindset mastermind, which is coming up. But richgoddess.club for the free visibility breakthrough. All right, my loves, be seen, be heard, be a movement in your way. Namaste, goddesses. Namaste, and thank you. So much goodness, so much magic.